How many designs did Destiny go through before
Oh,
Brad said chevron and shoved that napkin in your face?
I probably did 20 or more different renderings.
Okay.
And a lot of them never really got past basic shapes because that's what we were
Right.
talking about. I think there was a large push for it to be disc shaped initially.
Oh,
Yeah, something more like the Independence Day
yeah.
ship, if you
The
will.
motherships. Yeah.
Yeah. And there were 3 or 4 iterations of that at least, and then some other ones that were longer. One of them looked that I did. The images that I sent you the other day from that. The
There's one in
very
there.
last one is there's one in there. It's a charcoal drawing, and you can see that the front is still the disc. It actually sort of looks like NCC from the side angle, but if you got once again you got to rip somebody off. They're established players, right? But then it had more of the long rock because we had 2 camps. One was wanting something longer, and one was wanting the ring thing. And then all of that just went out the window. And Brad said, "Here, look at this." And there's this little sort of swoopy design that I played with. And honestly, as soon as he gave me the shape, I think I did 2 more iterations. That was it. And
Wow.
that was pretty much the Destiny. I mean, we had to flesh out details as story ideas developed, like where is the observation room in relation to the big dome room where the glass had broken out, and where Park winds up getting
Yeah.
nuked.
The for plants and everything. I can't think of the word
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
But and
That
then the
place.
shuttle, and down in front, and then
Exactly. And
you
they
got
wanted to
shuttles to
be
the
able,
side.
but they wanted to be able to see the shuttle taking off from the observation deck as well, and those things, obviously led to the physicality of the space. And then I developed interior before we did the actual layout of the ship. I had developed corridor concepts for how they ran through the ship and stuff, and then I worked backwards from those into the physical set. But I did learn a very, very valuable lesson from Richard Hudolin after the fact. He had done the SGC in stage 5, and it was a 28-story facility on one floor, which is, and for how many years did they keep the suspension of disbelief going?
Long time from a
But he
design from a
used
movie in the 90s.
exactly. But the main thing that I learned was he used every square inch of the stage to the point where the entry doors to the stage were finished so that they looked like part of the SGC. That door that swings out at the end, that it says emergency only or something, whatever it did, leads out to
To the
the world of
offices.
everything else. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. You go down for
So
people listening. The control room. You go down and then take a right. That corridor led
correct.
to outdoors and to
Yeah,
Atlantis. If you kept on going,
yeah.
man.
And the same thing with Destiny. So when I built it in the stage, obviously I couldn't use standard doors, but I went like wall to wall in there as much as I was able, and utilized every square inch. And like I say, by the time the actors would get into it, and then they'd finish blocking a scene or something, and they're going to go back to their trailers, and well, the number twos get in and they set everything up. They'd be okay. Now, how do I get out of here again? And seriously, they would get lost in the
What
set,
a
and I'm like,
compliment.
perfect. If I can get them lost and they're here, then the audience doesn't stand a chance.
The audience
So
doesn't.
yeah,
No, it was. I was lucky to have seen all three shows sets, and it was absolutely marvelous. And when it got canceled, man, I mean, we don't have to get into that very much, but you guys were intending to amortize that over 5, seasons.
yeah. Oh
You
yeah,
could.
we built with steel. We put in, the basic substrate for the set after the floor. The floor was all wood and little pony wall style builds, but everything else that went up and held up the second level was all structural steel.
Was it the
So
same
you
set
don't
from
do
1 to
that for
2?
short term.
This is true.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, because
Uh,
Stargate Command got moved at one point. But
yeah,
yeah,
Stargate Command became the bridge, and we moved the shuttle out of stage 2 into stage 5. And what I did there is the shuttle door had that big working wheel and gears, and you'd push it in and to make this clanging noise, and it'd rise up. So I put the bridge entry directly above the shuttle and used the
Got it.
same door, except now it's kind of cool. The door actually can drop into the floor. And that
That
was
was
when
so
Rush
cool.
first found the bridge. It's like, well, how do you do that for real? This is how, right?
Well, it's at the top of the ship, Part
Yeah,
of these thinking, where's the door going to go? It's going to go
yeah,
down.
exactly. And because of the fact that we already had it built, I'm like, wow, this gives me the perfect opportunity. A little bit Get Smart, because there was like, this door drops down, those doors open.
They're ancients. They did everything wild.
Exactly.
They don't make any sense. But they do.
Yes, yes, they did.
Raj had asked the question about did you create any other designs for Destiny? So thank you, Raj, for submitting that. And last but certainly not least, James, anything that you're currently working on or that's going to come out soon that you can share with us?
Well, I did the last season of the 100, which is already aired.
Yep.
After six seasons, I guess I'm a show killer. I mean, they bring me in at the end, right? Killed Universe, killed Atlantis, killed SG-1.
No, not true.
Killed
and SG-1 got DVD movies, so.
There you go. Yeah. No, I mean, I did a Disney movie as well, which is a remake of a 1979 kids movie, which was it was more intensive than I certainly had anticipated at the beginning going into it. There was Disney has a very large level of oversight and approvals.
Not surprising.
And to the degree that it was a little surprising to me. But
really, okay.
Yeah, they kept me pretty busy, but it was also very fun. And I'm not going to go and say too much about it because it's still in production.
Okay.
But there's an Egyptian element to this that when I was going in and getting the gig, I'm like, dude, Egyptian, hello.
Here, let me show you
10 years
1,000 pieces.
Exactly. Jeez. Now, what do you want your mothership to look like? No, I'm sorry, Earth-based Egyptology. Got it. Wow. But we actually had an Egyptologist checking our homework on this. So
how cool.
We produced pieces, and that's all I'm going to say is we produced pieces for this Egyptian exhibit, which are, in my opinion, reproduction quality. Like you could put these in a museum in place of the real thing, because that's the level of detail we went to in it.
Did you get to see the physical results?
Oh yeah.
How cool.
They look spectacular. And it's going to be a great, fun little movie. Our heroes and leads are in the 14-year-old age bracket, so it's very much a Disney kid movie. And it's called Under Wraps, and like I say, it's a remake of an existing 1979 one. And I will say that our mummy kicked the crap out of the mummy from the original. But, I think so did a lot of other things, but that in particular. When the mummy's one of the heroes, that you got to make sure that's a
absolutely character. That would be a key, I would think. Fun. Hey everyone, it's David. Hope you're enjoying the clips during the break. We will be returning in the spring. In the meantime, are you good with English? Are you one of those people who take pride in your grasp of it? Well, we have a great team over here transcribing the backed catalog of Stargate interviews and have dozens more to go. If you're interested in joining me and a small Stargate diehard community looking to preserve the stories brought to Dial the Gate into text form, then please email me at dialthegateshow@gmail.com. There's a little something in it for you, and you'll be helping to pass along the stories to future generations of fans who have yet to discover the show. Thanks so much for watching Dial the Gate.